Hello and welcome, this is Anthony over at Conqueror Outdoors, and this week we have decided to showcase the Barnett 3-Arrow Quiver. This Barnett 3-Arrow Quiver can be installed on any Barnett crossbow, and it can be installed in multiple ways. The first way is by installing it with the side mount quiver bracket, as displayed here on this Barnett Predator. And the second way is by installing it with the normal underside mount, as shown here on the Recruit Terrain. So there are two different types of style that are offered with the quivers, and it kind of just depends on what kind of bracket you are using to install your quiver. So for example, here on the Barnett Predator, we are using the side mount bracket, which allows for your quiver to sit directly parallel with the crossbow, as shown here. And it's also got a really nice feature on it that allows for an instant detach from the mount by just clicking on this button here. And then there's the more normal mount that is used for these quivers, which sits on the underside of the crossbow, and that will make your quiver sit perpendicular with the crossbow as opposed to parallel. You can see that here with the Recruit Terrain. Let's go ahead and get into a little more detail as far as installation of these brackets. So I wanted to go ahead and start with showing you how to exactly install this underside mount here. So the installation of the underside quiver mount is actually quite simple, and it just requires the use of one tool, which is this Allen wrench here. And that is going to be used to tighten the bolt that is here at the center of our bracket that we'll be using to attach to the crossbow. So as mentioned earlier, the underside mount sits under the crossbow, which means we will have to assemble it to the bottom accessory rail. So this part's quite simple to do as well. All you're going to need to do is slide the bracket up the railing and line it up with this pre-drilled screw hole here. So you're going to want to line up the bolt that's in the center of our bracket with the pre-drilled hole there. So let's go ahead and slide that up, center it, and just tighten the bracket on that railing there. Snug fit, you want it nice and tight. So once we've got this bracket nice and snug here on our accessory rail, we can go ahead and install our Barnett 3-Arrow Quiver. And it's quite simple to do. All you have to do is locate the two prongs that are sticking out at the backside of our quiver, and using those you will attach them to one of the insert holes depending on which way you've installed the bracket. I'm going to go ahead and slide this onto our quiver mount. And just like that, it's ready to go. The installation process for the side mount bracket quiver is actually pretty easy as well. Again, you just need one tool to install this part of the crossbow. And there's a smaller Allen wrench that is used to tighten the screw set here, which will attach your side mount bracket to the accessory rail of your crossbow. So as seen earlier, you will notice that this bracket attaches to the bottom crossbow accessory rail as well, and it actually installs quite the same way, in the sense that it just slides up the rail to match up with this pre-drilled hole in which you tighten our screw set into. So let's go ahead and place this bracket here on the rail, and we're going to want to slide it up the railing till we match up with this drilled hole, and then tighten our screw set. You might want to hold it in place so it stays exactly where you need it to. And once you've got it on there nice and solid, you can go ahead and install the Barnett 3-arrow quiver. And it's done quite simply just by putting these prongs here on the backside of the quiver into the inserts that are available here on the side mount bracket. And again, this is that cool feature that allows for the instant detach simply by opening the lever here. So we're going to go ahead and take these prongs and insert it here onto our side mount quiver by opening up this lever, closing it and locking it in place. So as you can see, it's quite easy to put it on there, and it's quite easy to take off as well. All you need to do is push the lever, open it up, out comes the quiver. You need to put it back on, push the lever, open it up, line up the prongs, close it, and it's there for you every time. So I hope this has helped you guys in understanding how to install these side mount quivers. Thanks for watching.